Alrighty, traders, George here, and a couple things for starters. We just got done with the live room, did about 2 hours this morning, and just cracked the $1,000 barrier there, made $1,050 in 2 hours. One of the things that you guys might want to look at is your distribution in half-hour blocks based on entry time. This will give you a little bit more insight to how your setups and signals are doing for the markets and the time of day that you're trading. For me, this is what happened to transpire this morning. Not really anything that I would make an adjustment on. I just want to keep tabs on it and see where things are happening. The number one thing I look at would be significant drawdowns. The number two thing I would look at is what I call bookends, the front and the back end. If I ever get into a sequence where I'm seeing a lot of losses focused towards one side or the other, I would look at some potential strategy changes, but none of that is coming into the mix here at all. So a nice day trading on top of what we did yesterday. And then Wednesdays are oil inventory days. Here's where we had the oil inventory reports. This is 10:30 Eastern, and price actually went up over 50 ticks in favor on the heels of negative inventory, minus 3.8 million barrels, first negative one we've had in a while. But you can see that from that high at about 62.60, we sold off 61.60, 60.60, almost $2 sell-off from that swing high there. That is massive, and that's in the face of a negative inventory report, which by the conventional quote-unquote wisdom would be looking at prices moving higher. Well, they did move higher for a bit, but what that does not take into account is risk control and volatility, and that's where fundamental trading will get you killed. Is it doesn't tell you where your entry is, where your stop is, what your target is, how you would exit dynamically, how you would gauge a trend, how you would re-enter a trend, and none of that is present with a story. So you've got to trade what you see. Keep hammering that point home. It seems like it's really resonating with a lot of you. The last thing I'll leave you with is one of my favorite things to do is predictive analysis. And one of the things that I showed you guys and highlighted was this price point of 60.80 here. And one of the things I mentioned was watch for price to come down into this region, and we should see a support swing put in here, and that we would look for a trip at least up to the 61.20. So looking for a 40-cent, i.e. 40 tick move, or $400 on one contract, and a 1 to 2 risk reward would have you in that position to completion, and that's actually still moving in that bullish direction. Also keep in mind that where price hit that region that we talked about in the room, this downtrend essentially broken right at that zone. So some real nice trading this morning, a great ongoing lesson with the oil inventories and the ensuing price action. Use the link at the bottom of the video. You can hop in the room and watch some more day trading and sit through some live technical analysis. But that'll do it for now, gang, and we'll see you back in the live room.